Okay, I think I've... Oh. I think I have figured out what the issue is. Just 1 second. I'm just going to put the wrong cable in. So let me just figure that one out. This is a note to self. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay, hopefully you can hear that. Sorry for that. Okay, great, fantastic. How are you doing today? I have been a little bit behind because we have some travels coming up from Saturday actually, and so I have been very much focused on that. And so I'm a little bit behind in my live sessions and my drawings and all the things and being organized. I'm not as organized as I usually am, but I am here, so yay! I hope that you have had a great week. How has your illustration of the week gone? So if you are new here, last week we did this illustration inspiration session, and we got a little bit of inspiration from our creative wheels, and yeah, we have our drawings as a result of that. I haven't finished mine yet, but I will show you the work in progress. How has your drawing gone? Jessica, it's very chilly. Bundle up when you head to New York. Thank you. Yes, I will. My parents are currently RVing up. They're currently in Ohio, I think. And we're going to be meeting them in Erie, Pennsylvania. And they have had a very cold few days. So yes, we will be taking not the spring, summer with, you know, the, what's the word, wardrobe that we were expecting. We will be taking our warm clothes. So yeah, being prepared for a cold trip. But that's all good. It's nice to stay indoors and cozy up with our drawing materials, and when we've got the inspiration, we can, yeah, just let our creativity grow and flow. So how has your drawing gone? I would love to know. I will try and share my screen now. Oh, it is upside down and overexposed. Let me just change that a smidge. There we go. Oh, it is still upside down. Okay. Let me fix this up very quickly. And then my other camera is very dark. Okay, here we go. Transform, flip vertically. There we go. And then I think I need to flip it horizontally. Transform, flip, horizontally. There we go. Okay, we are the correct way round now. So I'm busy with the shading portion of the drawing, but I'm not quite finished yet. A few more layers still to edit or to shade. These are all the layers in my Procreate panel. So I've done these top layers, and I'm making my way down to do the shading on the last few layers. So once that's finished, I'll be dropping that into the Substack group to show the final thing. And so the theme for this illustration was a chow dog. No, yes, it was a chow dog, was it not? I think so. In fact, I can bring up the sheet, which we will need anyway. And there we go. Okay, now we can see it all. So it was a chow dog. It was skinny-ish. The main shape was squares. There's all the details. There was a bit of anxiety. The emotional feeling was anxiety. The scene was in the bedroom with mushrooms, and the action was reading. And yeah, so that is what mine came out. He's got a very unhappy mushroom over there, and he's reading a book. You probably can't see that, how to grow happy mushrooms. So that's what, what I'm working on over there. My one camera looks very light. I'm going to just try and see if I can increase the exposure here very quickly. Edit transform. I might not be able to on the fly. Custom color. No, I can't. Okay, you'll just have to see me in the dark. Okay. So Jessica. Yes, okay, upside down. Your original idea was a mushroom stuffed animal. Oh, I love that. To comfort his anxiety, but I ended up just also putting a picture on the wall too. Oh, that's cool. Love that. That didn't even occur to me, to have a plush mushroom teddy bear. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. I'm finding with this challenge that I am sticking mostly with one color palette, and yeah, this particular color palette, I'm just staying with that one. It might change in the future, but we shall see. Okay, so before we can get started with our next drawing, we need to spin the wheels to see what this week's session is all about. And so if you're not yet familiar, if you are new here, you're watching the replay, this is the worksheet that we are working from that gives us our weekly theme. And we go through the same process every week. And every week we create something new. So this is all for us beginner illustrators who are just needing that little bit of inspiration, ideas, and to stretch you out of your comfort zone, to flex your creativity muscle so that you're not doing the same things over and over again, or that you're not just copying what everybody else is doing. So it's a real stretch in just, finding what's inside and making it appear outside in the shape of a drawing. So let's get our wheels. Please do let me know if you have any questions at all as we go through the process. We've got our wheels here that help us decide. If you do have any questions relating, just hit the camera there with my foot. If you do have any questions relating to Procreate or like creative processes with illustration, then let me know in the comments. I will be happy to share that with you. I am also going to start our Substack live session as well, so that we can go live on there as well. So let me just get that going. I always have too many things going at the same time. And how is your illustration journey coming along while I get this set up? Are you at the beginning of your illustration session or your illustration journey? Are you a bit further down the line? What's your biggest struggle as an illustrator, as a beginner illustrator? Let me know in the comments. Weekly drawing inspiration prompt. Okay, there we go. We can start that. Okay, put that up here. Hopefully that is good. Let me just have a look, see. And I need to get out of there. That would have just been looking at the top of my, okay, good. We are good. Okay, we are good to go on that front. I do just need to plug in the phone, otherwise it will die. Alrighty. This is a typical creative setup where we're kind of just making it up as we go along. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. My phone is not too much in the way. All right, good. So let us go. Jessica, you're at the beginning and just working on finding your style. Have you started with your Procreate yet? I'm very invested in your Procreate illustration journey. Let me know. All right, so let us see what our prompts are for the week. And then the way that these sessions work is that once we've got our entire sheet of prompts filled in, then we start the sketching process. And yeah, we just sketch quietly together, chat, discuss whatever's coming up. I just want to turn on the music so that I can hear. It's my Bluetooth that is on. Hopefully we know. Okay. There we go. We can hear the music. Right, let's get going. Oh yay, you got the Procreate. I'm so glad. That's awesome. Fantastic. I'm so excited for you. Still trying to learn features. This week's prompt will be my first in Procreate. I think I drew a mockingbird in it though. Wonderful. Yay. I'm so glad for you, Jessica. Welcome to the world of Procreate. May it give you many hours of joy and creativity. It certainly has changed my world. Right, let's see. This week, are we drawing a cat or a dog? I've got my coffee here, so make sure you get your own liquid refreshment. Okay, we are drawing a cat. I want to slide this over and have this here. Okay. All right, so we are drawing a cat this week. Let's go. What breed of cat? American bobtail. Okay. I will have to look up what an American bobtail looks like on Pinterest because it doesn't come to mind immediately. I have a feeling they are very regal looking. Okay, shapes and sizes. So that's where we move over to this portion of the worksheet. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, you can get yourself this worksheet over in Substack. The link is beneath the video, or if you're watching this on Substack, then head on over to my publication where you should be able to see the chat that you can join to get the worksheet. That is also where we can share our drawings or have any questions post live event. Okay, so body type, skinny or curvy? Skinny cat. It's a skinny bobtail. Main shape. So the main shape is, what shape gets featured in the illustration, whether it refers to the actual cat or other elements in the illustration. How can you repeat this particular shape in the story of the illustration? We are doing square today or this week. Okay, then we're going to the head, ears, eyes, and nose. And how big or small are they? Okay, so I feel like I need a bit of light on, but I hope that you can see this okay. So big head, small head, okay. Ears, big ears. Eyes, big eyes. And nose, small nose. Alrighty. Then arms, legs, and tail, long and short. So arms, long. Legs, short. And tail, long. That sounds appropriate. Okay, number 3, section 3 is the style. Detail and texture. So with regard to detail, how much extra information are you adding into the illustration in terms of the scene, the objects, the clothing, if you're going to have clothing, anything like that. Sorry, I keep knocking the camera with my feet. So let us see style. So lots or little detail. A little bit of detail. And texture. Lots of texture. Okay, so that, if you are working in Procreate, sorry, I just need to move my legs. One thing with sitting on the floor is that you have to constantly move. Texture, when you're working in Procreate, is like, how are you adding, like the brushes that you use, how do you add texture to what would be the surfaces of the elements in the drawing. Yeah. Okay, then let's go to line style. Okay, it's calling for a crayon line style. Now this is both relevant whether you're using Procreate or you're doing it analog. If you have crayons, then the invitation is to do your lines in crayon. However you are doing your actual, the rendering of your illustration. And then the brush set, if you are in Procreate, you know that you can have a myriad of different brush sets. If you're doing it analog, then the invitation is for you to organize your tools, your mediums, into different groups, and then let the wheel follow the suggestion, the prompt, to determine which of your groups of brushes or pencils or crayons or watercolors or whatever it is that you're using to correlate with a group as we have set out here. If you are focusing purely on, say for instance, watercolor, great, then just ignore this brush set setting. If you already have like your illustration style mapped out and you know exactly what you're doing, then ignore this section. But if you're still figuring out your illustration style and you're still figuring out all the different, like what's possible with all the different brushes that are available, then this is the invitation for you to practice your experimenting with different brush sets. So brush sets 1 to 10. Brush set number 3. Okay, so that's completely unique to your setup. You would set up your brush sets in Procreate. Then we go on to section number 4. Let's just see, hopefully a short tail. That's why there's a bobtail. Ooh, bobtail. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, and we've got a long tail. Alrighty. Okay, so story. Let's go on to the story wheels. So what is the dominant emotion or feeling in our illustration? Angry. That's the second time we've had angry, I think. Okay. What is the scene that we're going to be drawing? Corner shop. We had corner shop. I think I'm going to spin again because we did already do a corner shop. So, carte blanche. Forest. Okay, hurrah. Love that. Okay, forest. We had the corner shop 2 weeks ago. So, object. Hat. Okay, so somehow we're going to include a hat into the drawing. And then lastly, the action. What's the dominant action in our illustration? Dropping something. Okay. Dropping something, okay. All right, so the story that we are creating, the illustration that we are creating for this week is a bobtail cat who is skinny. The dominant shape in the drawing is square. It has a big head, small head, big ears, big eyes, small nose, long arms, short legs, long tail, lots of detail, a little bit of texture. Did I do that right? Was that the opposite way around? Okay, anyway, can't remember. Sometimes my hand does what it wants while my brain is not paying attention. So lots of detail and a little bit of texture. Line style is crayon, brush set number 3. Emotional feeling is anger. We're in a forest. There's a hat involved and something is being dropped. So, okay, little detail and lots of texture. Yeah, okay, I thought it was wrong. Yeah, thank you. Little detail and lots of texture. Little detail, lots of texture. I thought it was that. Okay, cool. So, get your imagination wheel going. Start to formulate a concept or an idea for your bobtail cat in the forest, your angry bobtail with a hat. You can obviously introduce any other elements that come to mind for you. You can also scrap a whole bunch of elements from this inspiration if it's not resonating with you. It is your drawing, it is your weekly practice. So these are just guidelines, just invitations. You don't have to accept them. I am going to export this and share in the Substack right now while you think about your drawing. And then we're going to start sketching out and conceptualizing as we go. Right, so let's get into Substack. Here we go. And this here is the chat. I will show you. There we go. The Never Ending Novice. That's the chat group where we go. All right. Today is the 22nd of May. Right. So while that posts, then it is done. I'm going to open up Procreate. I like to organize my drawings into different like folders. I still need to file these all away. I just pulled them in recently. So yeah, ignore that. But normally it's all very organized. So I'm going to go into my cats folder. There's the corner shop that we did the other day. So I'm glad to be doing a forest today. I tend to do my drawings in squares, but yeah, it doesn't need to be that way for you. And then I'm going to bring up our worksheet so that I can refer to it. And then just slide this along. Okay, so American bobtail. Oh, we need to look up what an American bobtail looks like. I don't have a clear picture in my head. So Pinterest, where's Pinterest? There we go. American bobtail cat. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so we definitely need to have the short tail. Alrighty, we will scrap the long tail. Oh, so cute and fluffy. Oh, Look at that face. So pretty. Okay, I like that. They look like big kitties. And they do look like they can be angry. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, that's a Maine Coon. All right, so kind of along those lines. That's a nice version. Doesn't need to be exact, of course. We're not doing lifelike here. It's your interpretation. So pretty. Okay, so now we need to start sketching out. Yes, okay, kind of like a Maine Coon. Yes. Yes, we can do folders in Procreate. Let me know if you do have any Procreate questions while we draw. Okay, so I'm going to start with just kind of fleshing out. Oh, what was the brush set? Memory number 3. So brush set number 3. See, you can organize your brushes into different folders as well. So as well as your gallery, you can also organize your brushes. So this is one that I have just put together. So I will, go with that. So forest, we want a forest scene. So I'm going to start just with getting some trees down. Don't yet have a fully formed idea. Okay, I've got an idea. So my concept, I always feel like I don't know if I should share the concept because I don't want to influence you. But yeah, I have formed an idea. So we're just going to start drawing. I'm thinking about what vantage point to draw this from. And I think I need to have my forest a bit closer. Okay, so I'm going to clear that and start again. Oh yes, Jessica. I did get a drawing glove, and it makes life so much easier because I don't have to now have my little, square of fabric moving around. And it's not an official drawing glove. It's just because I didn't want a black glove. I wanted to have something else. I recognize that it's getting very dark in here. It's very dark and gloomy outside. But so I just bought a random like nylon glove and then I cut off this section and sewed it. And yeah, I wanted a glove that wasn't black because that seems to be the dominant color of drawing gloves. It just makes drawing on the screen so much easier. Okay, so I'm making a branch here. What is our shape? Square. I'm going to make a square hole in the tree over here. And I'm just sketching out my concept, so it will change. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Bless you, my husband. So it's a small head, big ears, big eyes, small nose. Long arms, short legs, and we're going to change that to a short tail because it is a bobtail. So when I'm sketching, this is practicing with perspective and scale and expression. And I find that my sketching takes a long time because I like to get the sketch done correctly. Before doing the... Oh, sorry. Keep forgetting you're there. So in Procreate, the select tool, and I do that so often, just to reshape and resize, click the select tool, click the arrow button, and then drag and scale. So I just want to add a little bit of extra space here. Can you see me okay? Now the sun is going to come out. There we go. I have you streaming on the television and my cat is watching. How appropriate. Oh, I still have your cat in my gallery to draw. I am going to draw him. He's too short. And I've got that little bit of that tuft at the top there. It's not looking like a cat right now, but he will. his little short fluffy tail coming out the back there. We said short legs, yes. So he's got a suit on. Maybe the cat was having a picnic. In these sessions we do these the sketching portion together just to get the juices flowing, just to get going with the concept. And it can change, doesn't need to stay with the initial concept, but clarity comes from action, so we need to just get going. Oftentimes that's the hardest. You hesitate because you think your idea needs to be perfect, but that is not the case. You also think your drawing needs to be perfect straight out the bat. It does not. I have witnessed myself preventing me from trying something because I think, well, it needs to be perfect on the first go, and this is a big part of the learning process, is just to experiment and see what comes up. Okay. And to let go of the rigidity that often comes with wanting to be creative, but somehow blocking yourself. The detail, it's said about little detail, lots of texture. Okay, so I'm not going to, based on that, I'm not going to do the picnic idea, because then that would require a lot more detail. So he's just walking in the woods on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, he dropped something, didn't he? The action. Dropping something. Maybe it can be that the squirrel is going to drop it. He's angry because the squirrel won't drop it. Yeah. Now I want to fix this face up. Let's look at them bobcats. So pretty. So pretty. So we need to have some stripy bits in there. I thought your squirrel was dropping, yeah. Oh, look at them. Oh, spend all day looking at cats. Oh, they're two blind cats. Oh, look at the size of that cat. Okay, no, that's got to be fake. All right, he's gonna have, ooh. He's going to have a bow tie. Just going to start over here. So I'm not quite at the point of being able to illustrate without a reference. Certainly when it comes to doing something that should be recognizable, like a bobcat. Okay. I like doing little triangle noses for cats. And then if he's going to look angry, I always think, what does an angry expression look like? It's got to have some angry eyebrows. Really not like it looks. Has he got a big, I forget. Small head. Not liking these eyes. As you can see, this is a very imperfect process. But over time, if you stick with it, you eventually get there. Just thinking of angry eyes. Maybe I'll start with the eyebrows. When it's angry, my sense is that it's like these V shapes with the eyebrows and the eyelashes. And I try to look, there we go. I try to look at examples of illustrations that depict these different emotions, and I recognize that if I'm not doing this practice that we're doing today with the wheels and the random prompts, I tend to do the same easy emotions over and over again, or the same easy expressions. And so that's where the beauty of this comes in, because it is forcing me to think about, how does one draw anger? My sense is that there's like heaviness in the top eyelids. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit happier with that. So it is a long-haired cat. There goes his ears. There's something. And they kind of do have this mane going on, so I want to have that kind of long fur around their chin, around his chin, to bring in the characteristic of the bobtail. Okay. And he's almost, I think, going to have like a cravat because he is he's a gentleman cat. So he will have a big floofy cravat here. Alrighty, and I can refine the suit. These kinds of sketch pencils I find very helpful because you can then start to, as you're, you know, it's almost like a layering process as you're going through the sketch. Maybe his feet are also floofy, I think. So as you become more happy with where your sketch is going, then you can start to press down a bit harder to darken the line to emphasize the difference between what was the initial just general shape and what is your final sketch. Although now he looks a bit like a werewolf, but we'll see. Oh, sorry, keep bumping you. Not liking the size of his arm here. I was just holding a fist there, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm going to change it back to shoes. I don't like these fluffy, werewolfy feet. I think his face depicts his breed sufficiently. So I'm just going to give him some... He does have short legs, so... He needs more anger expression, methinks. What does one do? Jessica, you need to sign off. Perfect. You'll get your illustration once you complete. You're so welcome. Yay, yes, we'll see you for tomorrow's doodling session. What is the time? Oh, I see, it is the top of the hour. So that is perfect timing to sign off. Thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate you being here. I'm going, no, trying to think what a angry expression looks like. It kind of looks happy. Anyway, I think we've got the gist of it. I hope that you have made a good start on your initial sketch. Remember that it doesn't need to be perfect straight out the bat, and the hardest part is just getting started. But once you've got a general idea, then I often find it very, very helpful to walk away from the initial sketch, for a few hours or maybe for the day, and then come back to it with fresh eyes, and and then change anything that you need to change. Perhaps then start doing the line work. So my process is to make sure I'm happy with the initial sketch, the perspective, the scale of things, the expression, that kind of thing, and then on a new layer in Procreate, I then go over and start with the line work, and then eventually start adding layers and coloring in. Let me know if you would like to see a full illustration session. But for now, that is it for today's illustration inspiration. I hope that you found value in it, that you are inspired to draw along. And we do these every week on a Thursday at the same time. However, I will just say that as it is the summer, heading into summer, I'm not going to be able to do next week. So I will post in the Substack. I will do the the wheels and the worksheet so that there is a prompt, but I won't be able to do the live session because I'll be road tripping with my family who are visiting. So just a heads up that there won't be a live session for next week, and they are here until the middle of June. They're visiting from overseas. So it's going to be touch and go. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you get notified when I do schedule the live sessions. I was a bit late on scheduling today's live session, but I will schedule it there. So make sure that you subscribe so that you get notified. And otherwise, head on over to Substack, join the chat, and I will be popping in the illustration prompts for next week, this time next week. And then the invitation stands for you to share your drawings. Let me know if you've got any questions about starting with illustration or getting started with Procreate, and if you want any more deep dives into Procreate or deep dives into starting out as a digital illustrator. I'm not a professional, but I am an avid novice. I am an avid beginner, and I can see already just how my art has progressed, and my confidence in, being able to, go from no idea to a loose idea to a functional sketch, and to do it live, and to show you my messy process. I can see just the act of doing that, what it has done for my illustration skills. So I do want to encourage you to just embrace the messy, and practice letting go of any thoughts of perfection or that you need to have it at a certain level. I know that I'm not the best illustrator in the world. I know that there are more skilled illustrators out there who will do a much better job than me, but I'm on my journey, they're on theirs, and we have to start somewhere, and I guarantee that they started at this level. So, that's why I'm joining you here. So I hope this is valuable to you. Please do let me know in the comments down below, or head on over and put some questions beneath this video or in the chat on Substack. And until the next time, have yourself a great day, and happy sketching.